Hello, thanks for coming to look at this video today. What this is about, this is a school, primary school, who have completed the solution focused coaching online training in the autumn term 22, last term, and now the school's going about implementing the work. And the implementation to me is a really important part of this. That training is one thing, and then implementation is how it comes to be used in the school. So this is a conversation with the head teacher of the school, Tracy, talking about how the school are implementing it, and really emphasising the fact that while the approach is consistent itself, that how it applies to the school depends on how the school are going to find it useful. So the aim of it is to do support using a clear, structured approach, and the way that it's incorporated into the work the school's already doing and adding to their capability is up to the school to put it in the way that they find works best for them. This video itself then leads on to the next video, which you'll be able to see, which is about a case study coming out of this work, answering an important question about solution focused coaching, about this idea of balancing power between the adult and the child, which is at the heart of the effectiveness of the approach. So I hope you enjoy this, and I hope that having seen this, you'll come and have a look at the next one as well, about a case study of work in action in this spring term 2023. Thanks a lot. Okay, bye now. What can we do this morning that's going to be useful to you?
Right, I think really just have a catch up of where we are as a school, and because obviously, you know, as we've moved forward with this, things have changed somewhat in how we envisaged using it.
Right. Yeah.
If we clarify what your requirements are of us, because I think that's important.
Right. Okay.
And then if I sort of talk to you about how the way that we're using it has changed a bit,
right,
based on our individual circumstances,
right,
and just to check that that's okay, right, really.
First of all, my requirements, and then how you're making it, you know, shaping it to fitting what you're doing.
Yes.
I haven't got any requirements. What I'm sort of putting in your hands is something that could be useful to you in the way that it's going to be useful. And I know this from my own conviction and my own kind of experience. No two schools are alike. So that when this standard training, which is offered by, you know, the government says everybody has to do this or that, it never works out like that, because no school is the same as any other school, for one very simple reason, that it's a community made up of people, and all people are different from all other people. So when you put people in a group together, it's going to be a different shaped group, different type group to all others. We know that, don't we? As professionals and teachers, you walk into one school and it has a feeling. You walk into another school and it feel quite different. Well, if the rhetoric about, well, we'll get everybody to do the same thing and absolute consistency, every school would feel exactly like every other school, wouldn't it? And it never does it? I mean, not only that, I mean, your school doesn't even feel the same from day to day, does it?
You know, no, it doesn't.
Depending on everything, including the weather and, you know, everything else. So when I'm saying I haven't got a requirement, I'm not just passing it off. That's a deep conviction that I can't say, here's this approach, do it like this in this way and it'll be useful to you. I'm saying this is an idea and a practice that could be useful to you in all kinds of different ways, and how you do it is going to be entirely up to you as a school, as a group of professionals and children and parents and carers put it together, and that's how it's going to be useful. Okay, so that's my speech about my requirement.
I didn't know whether you wanted any sort of records or, you know, any, I don't know, you know, any data to come back to you.
Right, okay. So from that point of view, the answer to that is yes. What I would like to come back is a case study or case studies of how it's proving, you know, how it's proving, which is not say this is only about what works. That would be good to see that. But also how you're doing that fitting. So, like,
Yes.
if it's a bit, it's just. I mean, a case study is a posh word for a story, isn't it? But it's a,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, and that's my research. I did my PhD like that. That's my conviction as to how we do this work. So
Yeah.
that's what I would like to come out, and that could be in different, you know, in different forms. It could be individuals doing some work. It could be the SMT, how that works out. It could be how it works out for anybody involved in the community, parents or carers or anybody else. So yes, there is a requirement from that point of view. I suppose
Yes.
there's not an input requirement, but there's a output request. And of course, there's something I can't demand that you do that. But what we're trying to do, as well as presenting this work and offering it, is to build up the evidence as to how it's useful, you know, school by school, like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, doke. That's fine.
So now the next bit is how are you shaping it? You know,
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Yeah.
Which is, if you
So
like, the beginning of the case study, isn't it? This is like
yes.
the beginning of the story. Okay, right.